So I came to check my print this morning after a night of printing, and I found this. I don't know if you guys have ever had something like this happen before, but my printer has some serious lag. So when I go to select things, sometimes it's you see me turning the thing and it's lagging a little bit, and then you just, you think it's on the right one, and it's happened to me a few times. But that's okay, right? Because, sometimes you have happy accidents, and we're going to use that. What we're going to do is, I have these little Yolensen cameras that we use on them, but you've seen them before if you've been watching the channel. We're going to use one of these waterproof cases. I'm going to stick the camera in there. These things are also, I'll put the link up there so you can see how we've used this before. It's in one of our submersible ROVs. They work really well. They're not buoyant, so they don't need anything holding them down. But I have a little piece of I think it's stone. It's like faux stone tile. We'll see it in a minute. We're gonna chop that up, and we're gonna take the base that printed out. This one was on there from a different project. This one doesn't have any holes in it, as you can see. The one that printed out. Why's the AC gotta kick on for right now? Give me a second. All right, AC kicked on because the sun's coming up. It's about to get hot. You can probably see it through the shade there. The one that printed out actually has holes in it and they're countersunk. This is the one I used to attach this when we're doing plastic and we don't want to permanently attach it. But we're going to permanently attach it. We're going to use the holes on there to kind of have the epoxy. I'm thinking we're going to epoxy it down. We're going to have the epoxy come through there so that it has a better grip on this thing. Look at that. We still got the supports on there. We're going to knock the supports off of there. But here we go. Okay, so we're going to take my favorite chisel. This one works pretty well on these. We're going to go ahead and see what I mean. This thing, I don't know. This came out of a mold. But we don't mind because all we want is it's like 11 inches. Man, somebody cut this thing short. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be 12 inches, but we'll do 5.5 here. Who uses pencils anymore, right? I know it doesn't have to be precise, but I just want to get 2 pieces out of here, and my OCD would like me to have those pieces even sized. We're just gonna score it. Across here. Oh, it did not even resist that, did it? That's what I wanted. This one, not this one. That's all right. All right, good. Close enough. All right, let's take it back to the bench. We'll pour some epoxy across here, and we'll get 2 of those camera mounts in there, and that it's not level, it'll be okay. Maybe we'll use the flat. No, we'll use this side. It'll camouflage it. The fish won't be able to tell. So, one of the biggest pieces of advice that I can give you with 3D prints is always dry fit everything, just in case your printer was having a bad day and decided to give you some wonky dimensions. You can see we just cleared out all the support material out of there. So looks pretty good. I just took a screwdriver and ran it through there. Let's see. Oh yeah. That works. That'll work. That will work. All right, we use these mounts for everything, so we don't want to permanently standard GoPro mount. I can, if you guys want, I can put that. I can put a link to the spot on our website for the STL for this, but that works. All right, that'll do it. Now for this guy, you guys know I'm not gonna be able to let that go. So we're gonna take some of this and we're going to go ahead and use some on there. I know. I could just throw it in there without that corner, but it's bugging me. So we're gonna go ahead and do it. We're gonna do it. It's only gonna take a minute here, and we'll be able to test that. The adhesion of that glue underwater, it should work pretty good. I've used it before in other capacities for. Oh yeah, that's right. The frame of the submersible ROV was put together with that same glue. I'm not going to get into the glue because this is not a commercial for that one. But this is very porous surfaces, so it should work really well on this guy. Here we go. Let's see if it'll come out of here. This has been sitting there for a while. It's probably all clogged up. We'll see. We'll see. We may have to clear the clog. Oh yeah, it's completely clogged up. All right, I'll be back in a second. Yeah, it was definitely all clogged up. I just ran one of our toothpicks through it. One of our ubiquitous toothpicks. Let's see. Get a nice bead on there. We don't have to put too much. It's just aesthetics. Just for aesthetics. And then we'll squirt the requisite H2O on there. And look at that. I probably don't even have to tape it. That since it just broke off, we can see that. Yeah, beautiful. All right, so that's going to expand. So I will put some tape on it because it will expand it in that joint and try to push everything apart. So I'm going to put a nice big piece of tape on there. And again, this is just for aesthetic purposes because, yeah, of course, we don't need that corner. We don't need the full weight of this chunk of rock here. We just synthetic rock. But you know how that is. All right, so we're going to set that there and give that time to heal. Let me get the epoxy and we'll do these guys here. For this next part, we are going to use some 5-minute epoxy because I want a really strong bond between this plastic PLA. So instead of using the polyurethane for this one, we're going to use some epoxy. Is that the flattest spot we've got there? That's about it. That's okay. So the next question is, right, do we put it in this orientation or do we put it in this orientation? So maybe to keep it out of the lens, we'll do that orientation, like so. As Bobby Duke says, like that. Yeah, if you don't know who Bobby Dukes is, look him up. He's got a pretty cool, does a lot of interesting art. Look him up. We're gonna use, oh, if I can get this half always likes to get stuck. So we'll push on that side. And we're gonna use a generous amount there so we can take up the gap, the spaces in between, because it's an uneven surface. So we'll do it that way. I like to look at this because if you get it mixed up, it it will cure up here, and then you'll have to. It's hard to do because there's a notch there for that. But anyway, I'm sure you guys wanted to know all about that. So we'll mix this up nice. Mix this up good. Yeah, this is this is that paper that you use to print your 4x6 pictures. Picture paper. That's funny. Picture paper. So, all right, we've got that set up in that orientation. We don't care about the bubbles today, so since nobody's gonna see that, but we're gonna go ahead and slather some of this on there. I didn't bother preparing the bottom of this. Normally I would sand everything to prepare it for the adhesive, but this is, you can already see it's textured because of the way that it printed. So I'm not going to bother with that today. And we'll put enough on there to, I always put the 2 holes facing forward for whatever reason. I'm going to put it right on the edge of there so that it's outside of the camera's view as much as it can. We'll put some down in the holes. Later on we'll have to flatten that out. As the epoxy is curing, I'll run a blade across there and flatten that out if it hasn't flattened out completely before it completely cures. And so this will be like having epoxy screws in there. And just smush it down real good. So that one's good to go. We're going to try to... Ooh, these allergies. We're going to try to do this one here. Let's see if we can get a good spot. We'll do it this way. If we can get a flat-ish spot somewhere around there. We'll take the remaining epoxy here. Hopefully we've got a good amount. Yeah, that's good enough. That's plenty. We'll see. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a good spot right there. I can feel it. Yeah, that's pretty flat. We'll move it back a little slight bit. Tape, remove thyself. All right, so we've got that. And again, we'll fill the holes to give it a little more. We'll put a good amount here. Yeah, we'll give that a few minutes to set. And then I'll come back, like I said, and trim before it completely cures. We'll trim the tops of where I put the excess in there to act as our epoxy screws. A little more there. It'll settle. It'll settle a good amount. So, all right, we'll set that one aside. We'll check this one. Oh yeah, see, it's already sucking in there. We'll put a little bit more on there and let it settle out. Okay. Looking good. Looking good, looking good. See if I can get some under this edge here that's lifted up a little bit. It's already starting to set. I can feel it. We'll put some there. Okay, good. Good deal, good deal. All right, that's working out pretty good. Nice. All right, we'll see you back in a couple of minutes. All right, Cool thing about epoxy is that before it completely hardens, you can kind of, oh, we're going to need to leave that a little bit longer. We'll come back in a minute. See how this guy's doing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can peel that off for now. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's on there. All right, we'll come back in a few. We'll give it a few more minutes. Can't be in too much of a hurry, right? But you can see all this stuff. We'll slice that off. All right, give it a few more minutes. All right, here we go. Remember, kids, always cut away from you. All right, so that's, yeah, okay, that's a lot better. Yeah, all right, cool. Let's get these nice and flat. Oh, yeah, okay. Because when we try to get this slid on there, we don't want, this to be a nice flat surface for it. Let's check this one back here. This one looks like it's settled pretty well. All right. This one's got a lot on there. So, but yeah, see, it's coming off pretty easy. If you catch it before it's completely cured, it's usually easy to do this with and get that off of there. And what I do, if my blade gets gunked up, I use the back of another blade. Yes, I have multiple X-Acto. Use the back of another blade and just go across it like this. And that cleans it up really nice. So, let's finish getting these two front ones here. Oh yeah, see, that did the trick right there. I think I'm catching some of the PLA too. So that's nice and flat. Get this one here. And yeah, I think that looks like it's ready to go. We'll just let it sit for a little bit longer so that it can cure up a little bit more. But you can see right there. Check it out. You can see right there. It's already doing its thing. So that's good. And the corner of this guy, you can't even tell it broke off. I know, again, it's aesthetic, but we're good to go. So we're ready to go out there in a few minutes. When the sunlight gets good, it's around noon time. The sun shines between the plants, and you can see in there real good. All right, guys, we got the camera set up. We got the fish food. I'm gonna use an extension hands to drop these in the water. We'll try to see if we can do it as quietly as possible. Let the fish settle down, and we'll throw the fish food in there and see what they do. Alright, the camera's there and there. The sun's coming back. So we can get some of the bigger fish to So I think that worked out well. These Joe Lansing cameras are pretty cool. They're a little bit less expensive than the GoPros, so I don't mind, you know, if we lose them, we lose them. But they've got the built-in screen in the back. Most of the action cameras do now, but it makes it real convenient to see, you know, are we recording, just taking pictures, whatever. But hey, it worked. Still attached. Now, for an unintended print, I think that turned out pretty good. I hope you guys had as much fun watching this as I did putting this together for you. Like, subscribe, share. That way we can continue to make these videos. As always, appreciate the time you spend with me, and we'll see you in the next video.